Oh hi, you might be familiar with a term that's becoming more and more popular in society, toxic masculinity. It feels like I'm talking about gingivitis, which coincidentally is hated by just as many dentists. So short explanation, toxic masculinity normally refers to those traits that many people would label as normal for men, but normally lead to negative effects. We're talking about the heavy hitters here, misogyny, homophobia, violence, and not things like, I enjoy sports, or working hard, or I have a devotion to my family. Let's face it, men have dominated history. Whether we're talking about the worst or the greatest example of something, it's normally a guy that we're talking about. Men have been able to shape culture and change societies. And whether you want to blame it on basic human decency or millennials, you can start to see the crumbling of what we used to call the old boys club. Over the last couple of years, we have seen the takedowns of Bill Cosby, Bill O'Reilly, and most recently, Harvey Weinstein. I want to focus on Harvey. I don't want to overshadow what he has allegedly done. Multiple actresses, directors, and employees have come forward to say how he would overpower them, force them to engage in oral sex, and then consistently phone them to continue this relationship that they had. Some of them even did continue the relationship because they were afraid that he would ruin their careers. Which, when you're being harassed by an unshaven pile of mashed potatoes, must really suck, to put it mildly. If you put yourself into their shoes, I just start to feel so depressed. Here's this guy who presents himself as upholding these liberal values, who's a champion of women, who looks out for the little guy, but really behind the scenes is this tyrannical monster who forces himself on people who have repeatedly told him no. And he's repeatedly bragged about ruining people's careers that he didn't like. You, as an aspiring actress, how are you supposed to fight against that? Listen, I think of myself as an empathetic guy, which honestly is probably part of the problem. I know that women get judged more in their looks than men do, and that they have to fend off sexual advances all the time. The recent Me Too campaign was eye-opening. This is when people who had dealt with sexual assault in their past just wrote the words "Me Too" on their social media. I saw family and friends post about their previous sexual assaults. And I'm not even kidding, when I would scroll through my Facebook, it was only that. It was filled with dozens and dozens of examples. And I was on edge because I wanted to help, but I knew that I couldn't because nothing that I could say or do would be able to make that past better. And I hate that. I don't know how much I really want to get into this. I did make a video about it years and years ago, but... So I was molested at a very young age, and consistently over a couple of years. And I understand how feeling powerless takes away your identity. It ruined me. Relationships, intimacy, being a good friend, there's this wall that is always separating me and somebody else because I never want someone to actually get close to me because I don't want to give any of my power away. It's prevented me from really living like a human. And I remember being a counselor in the United States. I went down to this summer camp over a couple of years in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, and I was this counselor for 6-year-olds. And this one year, there was a kid who sleptwalked all the time, which wasn't a big deal. All you had to do was like guide him back into bed and tuck him in. But one night, I was coming back to the bunks and I saw these two counselors who were putting things on his head and leading him around to other places, posing him with Playboys, and I lost it. Like, I pushed them away and I just lost it. I try so hard to live by a mantra of don't be a jerk. Those counselors were later fired. This is veered away from women, but I think this is part of the same broken system. People doing shitty things just because they can. And they are enabled by the people who are standing around and doing nothing. They've heard the rumors or they pretend not to really know. We know what's going on. The whole system in Hollywood is broken. There are actors, there are directors, there are producers who continue to get work even after doing awful things. These are sexual abusers, these are assaulters, and this isn't even touching on the open secret of pedophilia in Hollywood. Your favorite creators might be those people, but that shouldn't excuse their behavior. And honestly, I think we should just burn it all down. Seriously. I want these people to be held accountable. Go to jail, be fired, not get a job. Let's end this tyranny of terrible behavior. Give other voices a chance. We can all be better. We need to be better. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences recently voted Harvey Weinstein out of the Academy, which I applaud, but this is the Academy that still holds Roman Polanski and others as members. Let's debate the merits of their art in the future, but for now, we can do something here in the present. We do not have to honor those who use their power to push others down. This is a long video, and I could talk about this for longer, but I won't because I want to hear what you have to say. Can we be better? What do you think? What is your run-ins with toxic masculinity? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kyle. I upload videos every Monday and Thursday, and I'm just gonna go and have a shower for like a million years. I feel icky and gross, so until next time.